Hello, welcome back to my channel, and here I am with another great tutorial. What do you see on your screen? That is a seat and have diamond. Those diamonds are showing underneath. For those who have been working on this trade for a long time ago, this is very simple. This is easy. But for those who are barely start doing like car interior furniture, this might be a challenge for you. But don't worry, my friend. I am here and I will show you how you can do that. A lot of seats, especially on Cadillac, and there are some other model that come with diamond, and those diamond are showing underneath too. I will show you how you can do that, plus all that accent around yellow and red. You will see how I made all that on this video. So first I'm going to make like a pattern, and this is a sheet board, the one where I use for the sun visor, and I will give 17 inches by 17 inches. It's very important to make like a pattern. So I just square that, divided by 2. You can see it. I had to find the center. I put a mark in there. Then, very simple. You get a pencil, type a thread on that one end, and then on the other end, you can put a needle. You can put a punch hole. There are a lot of things that you can hold, and you can see it. So simple, my friend. It has to be a circle. Then I divide it by 2. I draw a line. Then the diamond finish will be a 4.5 by 2.5. So I divide it by 2. Then I give it 2.25 to one side of that line. Then on the other side, 2.25. And then right here, 2.5. And then right here is the same. Very simple, this thing. Then I draw all those lines to create the diamond. Okay, then I draw this line all the way, same right here, and you can see those diamonds in there. Then I just cut it all around, and then I already cut it, so you can fold it by half, just making sure everything is equal. Then I using a hollow punch to cut those end of the diamond. Okay, after that, I have to cut the wood. The wood can be a quarter, 3/4 of an inch, half inch, and make sure to draw all those holes on the wood. Then you can cut it. I am using a jigsaw, but you can use a bunch table, bunch saw. Okay. You can use a half-inch drill bit or a 1/4 of an inch drill bit to make those holes. So, and then make sure to sand it all around. The foam that I will use is a 4 inches thickness. I put glue on the wood, then I put glue on the foam. You can cut it by hand using a utility knife. I am using a mini air saw because it is so easy with this tool. But in case if you don't have it, you can use a sharp knife to cut it. With a bent saw, it is so easy to do it. You can do everything at one time. So I got the foam. I'm going to wrap those buttons with black vinyl. This is a heavy duty vinyl. If you don't have the tool to cut it, you can do it this way. I had that tool, but in case if you don't have it, you can do it this way. I have the button right here. You can use a button 25 or 30. I put a vinyl to vinyl in there. You might ask, why are you putting vinyl to vinyl? That way, I just want to make sure those two pieces don't come in apart later on. I'm not going to show you the whole process, my friend. I am just giving you an idea how you can do it. You see, I am using a cheese grater to make all that part smooth. Then I punch that font in there. I'm gonna make it obviously. Same thing on the other side, obviously. Then I just got the pattern and draw all those diamonds in there. So simple, right? With the pattern. So simple. So after I'm done doing that, I'm just going to start drawing all those lines. It's the same thing what I did on that chessboard. Same thing. The diamond, when everything is done, will be 2.5 inches by 4.5 inches. Done. But on the material, I will give more than that because I'm going to sew it underneath. And how much extra you're going to give all depends how much you want that button to sink in into the phone. So I just use that socket to cut the phone. So simple. How big will be the hole all depends the size of the button that you will use. I had those holes already. And you see, from one hole to the center of one hole to the center of another hole, it has 4.5 inches. And then on the side, it had 2.5 inches. So how much extra will you give? It had 2.5 inches by 3.5. No, that will be 3 1/4. That will be the material that I will use. You see it? 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches. So I am giving 1 inch extra. Why? Because I'm going to take 1/2 inch on one side of the diamond, then the other 1/2 inch on the other side, and I will sew it. Same thing over here. On that vinyl, this can be leather, can be fabric, and it is vinyl, and will be the same process. When you're going to sew it underneath, you have to give extra. How much extra? All depends how deep do you want the button. I am just giving 1/2 inch extra on each side of the diamond. So if it had 2.5 inches, I am giving 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay. If this was a seat for a car, I will add 1/4 inch foam on that vinyl. But it is for the chair, so I am not adding padding or foam. I got it right there. So simple. Then you have to use the measuring tape to find the size of how big it is this boxing. I will give 55 by 6.5 inches. I cut it. This is a heavy duty vinyl, so now I'm going to cut that accent, and will be red and yellow. I will give 1.25 inches by 55, 1.25 inches, and then I will draw a line on the center of that 1.25 inches. Why I am drawing a line? Because I will put a stitch on there, and you will see it. Okay, you can see 1.25 inches, and I divide it by 2, and then I draw a line. I got the 2 pieces already. A lot of people put a seam on top of that line. I don't do that. So there are so many different ways how you can sew this part. I will show you two of them, and then you will decide which one do you want. Which one? You can see that my machine have a line in there that is a 1/2 inch. From the needle to that line, it is a 1/2 inch. So I don't have to draw this on the vinyl. See, a lot of people do this. They draw a line on the vinyl, then they are sewing on top of that line. I don't do that because I am using the line that I have it on there. And I will end half inch before that diamond start. Then I cut it. I always do this. Don't cut it too close to the stitch. And look how I am doing it. This is one way how you can do it. If you are not sure how much it is 1/2 inch, you can use a measuring tape and do this. Like I say, I don't do this because I had that line on the sewing machine. I had that mark. Then I tack in on both sides, 1/2 inch away from the diamond end, and same thing right here, 1/2 inch. So I don't sew it all the way to the diamond end. Some people do it this way, and believe me, this is kind of harder for me. So you saw how I did it, right? See, I cut right here. Then I cut the excess vinyl right here too. And then I'm going to sew it differently. All this line, and then later I will sew the inside of the diamond. Keep sewing. Make the stitch as small as possible because you are not putting padding to reinforce the vinyl. And same thing right here. So I got all those stitches. Then I'm going to start sewing the inside. And this is easy because you can see it. See? I am not going to show you the whole process like I say. I am just giving you an idea. You can see it clearly how this is taking shape. This is time, It is a time consuming. That's all about it. To cut, it is easier. To mountain, it is easier. But this might take time. And this one, it doesn't have a lot of diamond. It only has one line of diamond. When you are making a backrest or a bottom cushion with this kind of design, there are a lot of diamond. A lot. I got one diamond. You can see, well, I have to put this stitch so in this part to have one diamond done. And there it is. I got one already. The rest will be the same. And like all of those diamonds. So I just have to cut the excess vinyl. I cut them already. Then I just come to the seat, making sure those hole match with those stitch. Make sure to do that. Make sure to line up those part of the vinyl with the hole of the phone. Then I will put glue. Why I am putting glue? To making sure those stitches match with those lines. That's why I'm putting glue. Then I put it facing down. I get a marker and trace it all around. Then I remove those pins, upholstery pin. Then I cut it. And I will give an extra for the seam allowance. Half inch, that's what I normally give. I got that piece already. So I had a bottom yellow piece on the bottom, and I had the red on the top. I'm just going to put a stitch exactly on that black line. Okay, I got it. So this is like a double piping, but on this stud, on this seat, double piping, that kind of piping is not gonna last for longer. So what I'm going to do, I am putting that piping, but I will remove. That will be just for the look. You see, I am removing the piping. This is just for the look. So I just remove that piping, and there it is. Simple. Oh, you can see the stitch is I'm going to adjust because I was sewing something thicker than this, but not a problem. And there it is. I removed the piping from both pieces. So what am I doing next? I get the side, but that's it, the box, and I start sewing. I am not sewing on top of the stitch. I am sewing a little bit inside of that stitch, a little bit inside. So I got the red sewing to the black already, and you can see on there I am cutting close to the stitch because I don't want to excess material in there. And there it is. I got the red, and I will sew the yellow right here. That end on the inbox, it has to match with the stitch on the bottom. And the same thing what I did it before, sewing a little bit inside of that stitch. A little bit inside, a little by little. Then right here I just cut the thread, and I'm going to sew in these pieces. Make sure the black the red vinyl match, and then the yellow matches too. Then I close this part. Slowly but surely, my friend. I got the button right there. You saw me wrapping with black vinyl. The one where you saw me was 25. This is number 30, so it is smallest than the one where you saw me. Then I put a twine on there. That twine that I am using, it is a 270. Then I get the needle, 12 inches needle. Put that thread inside the needle. Then I start from the center. I got one. Then I will do the other side, and like that you will making sure the end of the diamond get inside of the hole. Then put the binder. Make sure. I got all those buttons in, and you can see I type on the bottom, but I will adjust it a little by little. So right here, you can see I tie each other, but then I can do this. I'm done. Then I will put the staple. That's the way how I will hold those buttons into the wood. You can see right now how it is. If this is your case, don't worry about it, because you just have to work around with those diamonds, a little by little. Put one staple. That staple I might remove it later. This is not way how you can fail. This can be leather, can be fabric, can be vinyl. Just play with it. Take your time, play with it. At the end, if you still have some wrinkle, I put the steamer or put a heat gun. But if you are follow my instruction, you won't need it. You are not going to need a steamer. Then I just start stapling all around. Make sure when you pull it, make sure to be consistent, because you don't want on one side to look higher than the other side. As you can see, right here, I'm going to unstaple and adjust those buttons, because all of them have to be equal. If you don't pull one more than the other one, no, pull it all equally, consistent. Then I start cutting those threads. I don't need it. This is the last part. When you see everything look good, everything look fine, so it's cutting. Then I will cut the vinyl. I'll put some more staple, but then I cut it. I am using a Cambridge. That black material is for the furniture. Algunos call it screen or Cambridge. The staple that I am using is a normal staple, regular staple. It's not a stainless steel. You can see him on there. I'm going to put a little bit of heat gun just to make sure that thing look nice. And there it is, my friend. You can see the yellow accent, and then under the yellow accent you can see the red accent on there. And there it is. On this video, I just giving you a small idea how you can do this seat with a diamond sewing underneath. Then put a yellow and red accent all around. Look like a piping, but it's not. I removed the 1A piping, because on this kind of seat it will ruin it. It's not gonna last for longer. That's why I remove it. So thank you, my friend, for watching this video. I hope you enjoy this video. If that was your case, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done, and please share, like this video, and see you soon on the next video. Stay tuned, my friend.